problem that we have in our parenting style that I see over and over again and that I coach over and over again is that when we parent from our own problems that we've experienced as children that we haven't yet completed. Those problems I sum up really as part of the ego, and they are your disowned self, your shadow self, and your childhood wounds. Plus there are all the judgments and expectations that you have and all the rules you have about being a parent. And what these things do is they are living in the subconscious. You don't even know they're there. And there are a series of things that you've experienced in your childhood and then so on in your upbringing, your parenthood, that you haven't actually healed for yourself. So what you inadvertently do is you pass those wounds on to your children in a form of patterns of behavior and patterns of communication. And you don't even know that you're doing it. So you lose sight of the child and the spirit and the love and the greatness that's in the child, and you inadvertently pass on a series of wounds yourself that are similar in nature to the wounds you experienced as a child. We focus so much on what they do, how they act, and what their behavior is, and not as much on their spirit and their nature and their greatness. And we need to learn as parents to heal our own childhood wounds, our own shadow self, and our own disowned self. What our children are doing over and over again in us are triggering those experiences, and we react to those experiences because we don't like them in ourselves. And instead of going inward when we have that feeling and asking ourselves, what is it about myself that I'm feeling right now? Or what is the fear that I don't want to happen for my child that I'm just about to project onto them? What is that that's going on with me that I need to heal, understand, or recognize in me so I can actually nurture my child in the loving, beautiful way that I wish I was nurtured in as a child myself. And we continue to pass on a similar wound to the one we've experienced ourselves as we go inadvertently into passing on these childhood wounds, these shadow self that we're not aware of, and the hidden part of us that lives in the background. What we need to learn to do is we need to learn to understand who we are and what we're about and what makes us tick, and not expect our children to be a mini version of us. Our children are their own spirit, and we need to bring them up and learn how to nurture that spirit. Your rules, your judgments, your expectations are just things that you pass on that are going to cause the same feelings in your children that you are exactly trying to avoid them feeling. You are behaving the way you're behaving and parenting the way you're parenting in a hope that your children will not grow up with the same issues that you have. But because of these shadow self, disowned self, and childhood wounds, you haven't yet healed in yourself. You inadvertently pass them on in your patterns of behavior, your patterns of communication. So we need to step back as parents and start to look deeper at who we are and who we're being, and really get a sense of our children's spirit, our children's nature, and nurture that so that they don't grow up with a low self-esteem, a low feeling of self-worth, or a lack of confidence. Because those three things really hamper their growth and their ability to achieve things and succeed in life.